Hey YouTube, welcome back. April 2nd is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Day, and all of April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. Companies across the world have training seminars, and schools have assemblies, and all the puzzle piece and infinity symbols, amongst all the other symbols that represent the very diverse autism community, they all come out. Suddenly, autism is everywhere until April is over and they pack it all up until next year. But autistic people are autistic all year long. But do they really understand and accept autism? Or are they still sticking to the stereotypes of what autism is? Up to 75% of autistic people, such as myself, are either unemployed or underemployed. Autistic people tend to have shorter life expectancies than neurotypical people, and we are more likely to unalive ourselves than our neurotypical peers. I think it's great that they are focusing mainly on children, as that is much needed. But once autistic people reach adulthood, the programs just stop. There is very little support out there for autistic adults. Hell, even the Autism Association around where I live ignores emails wanting to create programs for adults. They all have autistic children, so I'm betting that that may change when their kids reach adulthood. I guess I'm just going to have to wait. Only a very small percentage of autistic people fit the stereotype of genius, and roughly 26% of autistic people meet the criteria for profound autism. The spectrum is very wide, and if you've met one autistic person, you have met one autistic person. We are all individuals and unique. Many of us deal with hearing things like, well, you don't look autistic, and well, at least you're not autistic as some people, and isn't everybody just a little bit autistic? No. For many of us, autism is a hidden disability that we really struggle with socially. We get sensory overload, and we need to take breaks more often than others. So for us, resting when we need rest is part of being a more productive person so that we don't get burned out. Many doctors are still extremely ignorant of the various different ways that autism presents itself in people. Even one of my mental health professionals told me, and whose fault is that you waited so long to get a career? Talk about toxic and ignorant. I like the guy, but that is toxic and ignorant. If we're truly going to have autism acceptance, we need to talk about autism openly and educate people who are willing to listen and learn. Include your autistic peers in group activities, and if they don't come, keep inviting them. If you know a family with an autistic person, maybe offer to step in for a few hours so that the parents can take a much needed break, even if it's just going out for dinner and a movie. There are 3 levels of support needs when it comes to autistic people. Level 1, which is requiring support. Level 2, which is requiring substantial support. And level 3, which is requiring very substantial support. I'm a level 2 myself, even though I can talk, and many people think that I'm just fine. But I struggle greatly and kind of live in my own little world. My nickname is Little Cloud in the Sky. I can get stuck for days in my room or on a project, hyper focusing on something, and I need a little help moving from one activity to another sometimes. Sometimes I just need to be left alone to do my own thing, as long as I'm checked on to make sure that I'm eating and drinking water. Some days for me are better than others, and even sometimes of the day seem to present more challenges than others. Sometimes I can bug people information dumping on them about a subject that I'm learning about, and I can assure you, I don't mean to bug. It's just that I like you, and I want to talk to you. When an autistic person does that, it's nice to listen to them and be interested in what they are saying, as that is our way of showing love and affection. Autistic people are all around us, and it's estimated that today about 1 in 36 children are born with autism. Autism, in many cases, is a hidden disability in many of us. So when somebody tells you that they're autistic, you need to believe them. Autistic people have a lot to share with the world, but we need understanding and accommodations in order to be successful in a world that just wasn't built for us. See, many people are aware that autism exists, but they don't understand the way that it presents itself and that we interact with the world differently than others. A lot of times it's just like, oh, you're autistic? Okay, well then go fit in the box that society has for you. Well, we don't fit into the box that society has for us. We need to be our individual selves and fit into our own boxes. It's very common in the autism world that we move from saying autism awareness to autism acceptance, and that's great. We should accept, embrace, and even celebrate autism. But we have a lot more work to do creating autism awareness and education before we can fully move on into autism acceptance. That's why I like to say autism awareness, acceptance, understanding, and celebration. So happy Autistic Awareness and Acceptance Month this April, and I hope that everything does not get packed up and forgotten until next April like it usually does. Remember, autistic people are still going to be autistic after April. We have a lot of work to do still, and we really need more programs for adults because autistic children will become autistic adults. We're everywhere, and we interact with and view the world differently than our neurotypical peers. Please take some time to look up autism and maybe even watch some YouTube videos about autism because I'll bet there are some people on the spectrum in your life. And unfortunately, due to ignorance in the medical community, many of us don't get diagnosed until late in life, if at all. That's right. Many people are autistic and don't even realize it. I didn't get diagnosed until age 44. I'm glad I know about it now, but it sure would have been helpful to know much earlier so that I can adapt to life with how my brain works and embrace my autism. My autism, it's part of who I am, and it explains so much about where I find myself in life. I am very open about my autism, and I am absolutely not ashamed of it. Sure, autism hasn't done me any favors, as it is a disability, but I'm still working on figuring out how my brain works so that I can find my place in society and be a productive member of society, and ultimately to take care of myself, with support, of course. Happy Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, people. Let's celebrate the spectrum. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Have a great day, people.